Hey guys, so it's been a while since I've done this front-facing camera action, and a lot's been happening these past couple of weeks. As most of you know or don't know, I lost my mom last month on January 20th, and um, when people ask me how I'm doing, it's one of those things where at the time when it happened and that week where it all happened, it didn't register at all. It took some time to process everything. I was so distracted with the travel, the jet lag, people all around me that it didn't sink in at all. But then, days after the funeral and weeks after that, where I had time to myself to really process everything, that's when it really, really, really hit hard. And even right now, I'm all sorts of fucked up inside. But I just thought it was still important to make this video and to share my experience because there are some important points that I want to make, and I genuinely want to share this with people that I think need to hear this. Um, and the first thing I want to bring up is that I am so thankful to everyone who has reached out to me during this time. It means so much to me that people have shown so much love and support during this time. There's been people from around the world who I've never even met that have taken the time to write to me and really be there for me, and it means so much to me. There's people who have been in similar situations where they've lost a parent and they've just shared their experience with me and how they're going through it. And I read all of this. I'm not the best at responding back to people, and please don't take any offense to that, but I read everything and just I'm just so grateful that I'm in a position where I can reach out to you and attempt to entertain you, and in return, you reach out to me and lift me up in moments where I need to be lifted. And it takes me to this point about social media being such a beautiful, powerful tool, where even in my darkest days, going through all this, I do go to my social media to read all your messages, and it really has been helping me a lot more than you guys will ever know. And I'm so grateful and thankful for people for taking the time to write to me and for showing so much kindness. So thank you so much for that. Another point that I want to make, in this whole experience, in my family, it's my younger brother that I think about a lot. My younger brother's 21 years old, and yeah, there's a bit of an age gap there, and I know there's a lot of young people following me, and this is why I want to make this point, because I can't imagine what it's like for someone younger, for a young child to lose a parent. And that's not to dismiss, the feelings that the rest of us are feeling. Of course, it's very difficult, but it must be really difficult for a child to lose a parent. And the advice that I give my brother and to myself, and the advice I want to give you, if you are a young person that lost a parent, is just hold on to your belief, hold on to your faith, because that's literally what allows me to wake up every morning and keep proceeding with my life and making the effort and trying and not giving up. I think faith and belief is like the most powerful and most beautiful things that we can hold on to, and I tell my brother that. And I know there are youngsters following me that when you lose a parent, you might feel like your world has ended, but you do need to hold on to your faith and belief, and there is something bigger than what we have now that we're not able to comprehend. We're not meant to comprehend it. And this has nothing to do with religion. Put religion and religious beliefs aside. This is just literally having faith and belief that there is a bigger picture, and that our life here is just the prerequisite. It's just the pre-game of something else, something bigger and better. And I really want you guys to hold on to that thought, because that thought is literally what gives me life and hope to move forward. And you have to be a pretty arrogant person to think that this is it, that this life is just it and that's it. And that's a whole other video. I won't even get into that. But I just, I really hope that people who have been shaken up like I have in this experience do turn to their faith and belief to think of that there is something bigger and better out there, and that we're not meant to understand it. There's no science that can either prove that or dismiss that. So another point that I want to make, and I don't mean to sound cliche with this at all, but if you've gotten this far in watching this video, please take the time to talk to your parents. I know this is like the obvious, and we tell ourselves this all the time, and we just know this, and it's just something that we still don't do. But weeks before my mom passed away, and even days before she passed away, I wasn't home when this all happened. I was in a different country. I was in India, and she was in New York. So there were moments where I'm just like, I haven't talked to my mom in a while. Like, I should call her. And then I was like, you know what? I'm busy. Like, I'll just do that tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I kept pushing it off, and ultimately there wasn't a tomorrow or a next week, and I never did get to speak to her. And it's gonna be, it's a regret that I'm gonna have to live with the rest of my life. And if there's just one thing that I encourage anyone that's watching this, please have that conversation with your parents. Ask them those questions that you've always wanted to ask. Our parents are so crucial to our lives. They're the most important things in our lives. They are the beginning of our stories. And I don't want people to be in a situation like me where you only realize the importance of that only when it's gone. So I know it's something that we are so aware of, and we know we need to do it, but we're not putting the effort. And I think it's so important to put that effort. So please be in touch with your parents. Show them the love that you are meant to show them, and engage with your parents. Spend as much time with your parents as you can. And then you'll just feel so much better and at peace with yourself. Final point that I want to make: this whole experience of losing my mom, it's taught me to be fearless in life. And for people that are really close to me, that know me really well, they know that I'm very fearful when it comes to making decisions, career moves. I'm always at a standstill for moving forward. And that's just based on fear. And the only person that's stopping myself is myself. And that's rooted strictly from fear and insecurities. And this whole experience has really opened my perspective on how it's so important for each and every one of us to truly live our life the way we envision it, and to really give our best potential in living the best life. Because, spoiler alert, we're all going to die one day. Like, I'm gonna die one day. It could be tomorrow, next week, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, whatever it is, my time is going to be up. And I just know that before that time is up, I want to make sure that I do everything in my ability and my power to live the best life that I can. And for me, that means, achieving my goals, having that vision, and making sure I accomplish what I need to accomplish so that I can leave knowing that I did what I wanted to do. And for example, there's been people that have been really close to me that have given me feedback on how I should be doing a lot more videos, talking to the camera and just engaging with audiences that way. And, I've been always pushing that idea off just because I've been very insecure about it, and I've been very fearful of that whole thing. But that's when I'm like, you know what? I gotta put that aside. Me making this video right now, it's 100% out of my comfort zone to be this vulnerable and raw with you guys. But I also thought it was very important because, growth only comes from stepping out of your comfort zone. I know we hear that all the time, but I truly, truly believe in that. And I think it's so important for all of us to make sure we are living our best lives. And for me, I just know that it's my responsibility and my duty now to make my mom proud and my family proud. And that's only going to happen if I work hard, and if I push fear aside and just push forward and accomplish what I want to accomplish. And that there's absolutely no one that can stop me. And it's just myself. It's only yourself that can stop you from doing the things that you truly want to do. So I think this whole experience has really changed that whole perspective for me. And I'm really hoping that, I do have that strength to positively move forward like that. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I want to say. This whole experience it's very surreal. It doesn't feel real. And they say time heals, but I don't believe in that, because there's nothing in the world that can heal this feeling of losing a parent. And if you know someone that lost a parent, whether it's like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it is, like, check in on them, because that void of losing a parent, you can't ever fill that. And it's just something now that I'm learning that I'm just gonna have to live with that emptiness. I'm gonna have to learn to live with. But the things that I've mentioned about, holding on to faith and belief, that's what's truly gonna make me move forward. And I've been someone who's been extremely private about my family. I don't speak about my family on camera or my mom or any of these things ever. But I just thought it was important to make this video, and in honor of my mom and things that I've lacked in my life as a son to my mom and that relationship. I want to make this video to reach out to people, to give their best efforts to their parents, and to give their best efforts to themselves, and to live the best life that they can, because that's the biggest things that our parents want for us. And I think we truly owe it to them to do that. And more than anything, we also owe it to ourselves to do that. So, yeah, on that note, thank you all so much. Thank you for watching this long if you've made it this far. I am really hoping to get, back into the swing of things and really push things forward. And I wouldn't be able to do that without your love and support and kindness. So thank you so much, all of you, for being there. Thank you.